You found our son? Oh, who is he? Tell me his name.
The old man's right. All this time, Eve and I have been desperate to learn the identity of our son. And how am I ever going to tell her it's Chad Harris?
You think you've got a problem? How am I going to tell Whitney that the guy she's planning to marry is her half-brother? It's going to tear her to pieces.
God, my whole world fell apart today when I lost TC. But finding our son, my son, I mean, that would almost make up for all the tragedy that I've brought down on everyone I love. Who is he?
This is not easy.
Are you kidding? This is the best thing that ever happened to me. Julian, please don't keep me in suspense. Tell me his name.
Better sit down.
Julian, I don't need to sit down to hear good news. Now, tell me, who is he? Oh, come on now, don't tease me. Now, if you know our son's name, it shouldn't be that hard to find out where he is and to meet him. Oh, my God, Julian, this is unbelievable. After all this time that we've been separated and believing he was dead, and God only knows what he thought of his birth parents, I still remember the night he was taken from me in the hospital. Julian? Is that you? Who are you? Who are you? What are you doing? Stop it! No, please, somebody! Help, he's taking my baby! I think I never saw him again after that. Not once. So how did you do it? How did you cut through your father's roadblocks and find out our son's identity?
The information comes at a cost.
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever Alistair wanted, it would be worth it for us to find our son. So, what's his name?
Father was right. I wish I'd never found out. What's it going to do to Eve to find out her daughter and son are in love with each other?
So what's his name? Is he in Harmony, as we suspected?
Yes, he's here in town.
Oh, my God. Then that's something that your father didn't lie about. So I've probably seen him. I've probably passed him in the street. I bet you have, too.
We both have.
How'd you know this is nothing short of a miracle? Especially happening now, today, when I felt like the bottom of my life had just dropped out. I've lost TC, but I still may be able to salvage a relationship with Whitney and Simone. So when they meet their half-brother and they have a better understanding of what it was like for me, how horrible it was to have him taken away from me as a baby, and maybe they'll have more compassion for what my life was like back then.
I wouldn't count on it, Eve.
I know, I am. I'm getting my hopes up too high. I know, but I mean, it's still possible, though, isn't it, that they could all become friends? And that they could be a real family together? Okay, come on, Julian, now. Stop this. Tell me who he is.
Eve, it's not that simple.
Well, why not? What could be more simple than telling me the name of my long-lost son? You're about to make my biggest dream come true.
That's just it, Eve. Sometimes even the best dreams turn into nightmares.
How can you say that? How could me finding my son be anything but wonderful? Oh, God, is he ill? Or is he in trouble with the law? Because if he is, it's not his fault. He never had his parents' love, and that's why he took the wrong path.
That isn't it. He is not sick, and he's not in trouble. As a matter of fact, he turned out to be rather a fine young man, a son that we can both be very, very proud of.
Well, that's wonderful. Then Whitney and Simone will come around and accept him as their brother. Oh, and I just realized our son would be the same age as Chad. And wouldn't that be terrific if they became friends?
Eve.
I mean, maybe you could even come to Whitney and Chad's wedding. That would just be the perfect family reunion.
Stop it.
Julian, what's the matter with you? You just said that our son is well and that you know his name and that everything is fine.
I've been trying to tell you it's not as simple as that.
Well, I don't like this game you're playing with me. So you just tell me our son's name right now.
My Our son's name is Chad.
Chad? Oh, well, that's an incredible coincidence. And he lives here in Harmony.
It's not a coincidence at all. Our son is Chad. Our long-lost son is Chad Harris.
Chad. Chad Harris is my son? Well, you're right. He's a wonderful young man. There was always something that reminded me of you, but I never knew what it was.
I've always been fond of the lad myself.
And I was never so opposed to his relationship with... Oh, my God. Whitney. Whitney and Chad. Oh, not Chad. Please tell me that he is not our biological son.
I'm so sorry, but that's who he is.
Oh, God, but he and Whitney.
I know.
They're brother and sister. Oh,